you have your eyes open.
Very good. Let me move on because we kind of opened up the can of worms of propaganda, so I want to speak to a couple more of those. I want you to speak to a couple more of those. One is, how do you view the current state of policing in the United States, particularly in relation to media, public opinion, and also what do you think the future of it is or could be?
All right, here's where we are. In the Ferguson incident, there's absolutely no doubt the cop was fighting for his life.
As a big boy.
The forensics is clear. All the shots were at point-blank range as he's fighting for his life. Under oath in front of the grand jury, every one of the witnesses said, "We lied. We lied to the media." Under oath in front of the grand jury, every single one of the witnesses. And the media said, well, the media repeated the lie for 6 months. They told the truth for about 5 minutes. Well, what do you know? Under oath, they all admit they lied. On to the next one. But then they doubled down. All right, we were wrong about Ferguson. We'll show you. Cops are out of control. We've seen the TV shows. We saw Breaking Bad. The cops are the bad guys. We saw Denzel Washington in Training Day. The cops are all bad. Yeah. We'll show you.
And so let me muscle in too of just the, I hear that and there's some bad cops out there. And that's not really because they're bad cops. They're just bad people because there's bad people out there. But I'm friends with an obscene amount of tons of cops. They're just my buddies, and usually they're just really good dudes. They're not part of some government, the man keeping you down conspiracy. They're just normal guys, love their family, don't want to get hassled and deal with your junk.
And the wild card equation is this. Look, on any given day, between the 3 shifts, there's over 500,000 cops on duty. Every one of them being videotaped. Now, with 500,000 people, what are the odds one will do something stupid?
Yeah.
And you take that one, and you show that videotape night after night after night.
That's great.
And that's what the media has done. They have a systematic misrepresentation of the information. They take that one out of 500,000, and they will show it over and over and over again. Yeah. And here's what's happened. Here's where we are today. The director of the FBI flat said it's a Ferguson event. The homicide rate has exploded like nothing we've seen in a very long time. Cops murdered in the line of duty has exploded.
Yes.
The best measurement of cops murdered in the line of duty is this year compared to last year. Every year we get better medical technology. You know, one of the great lies in the media, I tell them you're a lying, dirtbag, media puke bastard if you don't talk about one thing. Medical technology is holding down the murder rate. If a wound that 9 out of 10 times would have killed you in World War II, 9 out of 10 times on the modern battlefield you survived it. And the same thing is true on our streets.
Well, I love that, what are we doing right now but bypassing the media?
Yes.
The media can say and do whatever they want to, and we have really no control, and they're telling us what to think and how to think. And it's so 1984 Orwellian groupthink. Yes. And I see all these young, millennial, liberal arts students that think that they're edgy and they're independent mind, and they're all saying the exact same thing that they've been programmed to by a lot of the media. But here we are sidestepping the media, doing our own thing, and every time you share this video, it's kind of like sticking it to us.
So here's where we are today. The homicide rate, not just the homicide rate, but the raw number of homicides has come down almost every year for 25 years, largely because of medical technology. A UMass Harvard study showed us that if we had 1970s technology, the murder rate would be 4 times what it is. And that data is almost 20 years old. Take New York, take a look at Chicago. Take the number of murdered people in Chicago, multiply by at least 4. That's how many we would have lost with 1970s technology. And they won't ever tell you that. They are deeply invested in saying there's nothing wrong, there's no boogeyman out there, you don't need to worry, and there is. Crime has exploded. In 2015, 1,500 more Americans were murdered than the year before, and the numbers should be coming down. In 2016, we don't have all the data yet, but it looks like it's even worse. And city after city after city in 2017, they've got a higher body count than they did the year before at this point. The director of the FBI flat said it's a Ferguson effect. The media, obscene, irresponsible misrepresentation of law enforcement. What have we done? Well, the American public has rallied behind our cops. The Gallup poll last fall, the public opinion of law enforcement, 76% strongly support law enforcement. Wow. And that's the highest it's been since 1968. The only time it's been higher when it was 1 point higher, 77%. The public is rallied behind their cops. We support you. We stand behind you. We see the media pukes. The opinion of the media is the lowest it has ever been. They won't report that. Come on, you media puke bastards. Every time you report some survey, why don't you report what the survey has to say about you? They'll never do that. You understand that? They will never talk about that. The surveys say that the media is the most despised, the mainstream media, across the board. Every ethnic and demographic group is despised in America. What have they accomplished? They've empowered our cop haters with the explosion of cops hate. They've empowered criminals. If you're a criminal, can we all agree you probably at least shouldn't have a sense of righteous indignation? And maybe if you're a criminal, you should live your life in fear. Instead, we've created this sense of righteous indignation in criminals. 1,500 more people murdered one year than the year before. An explosion of homicides. Cops murdered in the line of duty. In the first 3 quarters of last year, more cops were murdered than all the previous year put together. But the public's rallied behind our cops, but they say, we support you, we don't want to be you. Recruiting is down, retention is down. What have they accomplished? The opinion of the media is the lowest it's ever been, the opinion of cops are up, recruiting is down, retention is down, and the cop haters have been empowered.
Yep.
It is one of the most obscene misrepresentation of the news in living memory. This post-Ferguson systematic attack on our cops.
Well,
And the result of bad juju across the board.
Let's help get the word out. Let's spread.
Bypass
Absolutely.
those media puke bastards.
We're doing it, man. We're doing it right now.
That's it right here. Get the
I-
truth
I-
out.